Today I'm going to introduce you to something radical and new. It's going to simplify your trading, and most of all, one of the things I've taught you is to remove as many indicators from the screen as possible, like the visual noise, okay, that you see. When you see all of this and going up and down, it makes it harder to make a decision what to do. So a whole aspect of trading that most people miss is calm, reducing the noise. And now I'm going to introduce you to an exciting new way to leverage trade Bitcoin, cryptos, everything. The most simple, calm experience I've ever seen. It's a new exchange. Instant withdrawals, no KYC, it's wide open to everyone. Actually, there is KYC if you choose to, but it's not forced. And I've been looking at this for a couple of months, and I've been recommending tweaks and changes and going back and forth. And they've given you all kinds of bonuses to use my link. And what I love about it is this: where whales are made. How cool is that? If you're familiar with Bitunex, you're going to be super familiar with Blofin. But how cool is that? Where whales are made. For using my link, you get all kinds of bonuses. Also, all you need to start right now is an email address and a password, and you are in. I recommend you get yourself an Exodus wallet like this, so you have this in between you and your cash out source, and you're always in control of your money. You could download one of these for free. I heard that there are special bonuses for the first few people that sign up and deposit with my link. That's located right under the video. It says Blofin, where whales are made. I love that. Let's jump in. I've been trading on this for a while. It's wild, okay? And they've done things that I asked to make it even better. So, first thing that's going to happen, I like to use USDT. So I send USDT from my Exodus wallet, and I use the highest fee, so I get the fastest speed, and it shows up here quick. Now, it's in your funding account. We don't trade in funding. Come up here to futures. We trade at USDTM futures. All of these, don't worry about clicking on that. Don't worry about any of this. All you need to worry about is, even if you deposit BTC, all you need to worry about is USDTM futures. Now, my money is not there yet. How do I get my money? Oh, they're always having specials and things up here. You got to try this out. Look, there's a little bonus box. Okay, so right out of the box, it's exactly like Bitunex, except with a major, major difference. First of all, I didn't have to do anything. Pretty much, if you need hike in a sheet, you click that. That's what we use, like Hiya. But you know how we use two exchanges? We have to set up this all the time, this BitMEX, and yeah, it's nice, but we don't even trade there. We use this to see the time frames and do what we call a drill down on the state of the dump or pump. So here, there is no more need for two windows open. On Blofin, you can do everything because of the clarity. And what do I mean by peaceful? First of all, let's come over here and set up our time frames. Click this little thing, then edit. Hold on. Edit. Now, you want the 6 hour, the 1 hour. You can have the 15-minute. You can have the 5-minute if you want to drill down. I really don't use that. And the 3-minute. You will notice something different. Hit save once you're done. There is no 1-minute chart. You know how the 1 minute misleads you into pumping or it, because it's so wild when it pumps or dumps that it can distract you. And I've always taught you to go by the 3-minute. And you know what? This exchange don't even have a 1 minute. You could have a blue line if you want to, but no 1 minute. Oh, and if this happens, those are not hiking a she. I have to tell them that it doesn't hold. Boom, hiking a she. That's what you want. Now, let's talk about simplicity. First of all, right out of the box, you're going to transfer your money because your money landed over here Funding. Come up here. Transfer. So simple. Funding is where you deposit and withdraw. But transfer, okay, is where you go to trade. Now, you might be like, well, which one do I do? Simple. The middle. Go like this. So you're going to go from funding to USDTM. Remember, I told you it's the only one you need. I love when things are simple. All of it confirmed. Now it's gone from funding. Okay, where did it go? Okay, if we go up to futures, remember I told you forget all of this down here. Come over here. Forget all of this down here. Did you see SNDK? That's a stock. Oh, they got so much here. You have no idea. But the calm feeling, I love. So now, when you come here, right, instead of having to look here and see, oh, what's the direction of the 6 hour? And, oh, everybody's bleeding out. And the 1 hour. It's been short. So you come here, right, and you move this over. Now you got your same controls down here. Now my money is here because I moved it. When you are done and you want to withdraw all your winnings and it's instant withdrawal, I wouldn't send it to Robinhood or Coinbase. Send it to your own wallet first. Download an Exodus for free. Look at this dump going on right now. Look at that. Okay. Now, it defaults to limit. We like to use market orders for speed and efficiency. Also, you might think you put $1,000 in here and down here it says some crazy number. Let me show you one time how to fix this so the money you put in here is the actual money you put in the trade. How do you fix it? Okay, so you're going to come up here to settings. One time, right near the gift box, click hedge mode. Just do it, okay? You can be long and short at the same time. It's wild. Do hedge mode. Once you're in hedge mode, close the box. Now, here's your money, okay? Right above it, it's really small, everyone. Cost. I want you to not have it be by amount because you won't be able to figure it out. It does it with the leverage figured in. I like to do this for the average person so we all understand. USDT, we want it to be in dollars by cost. Okay? This way, cost won't change when you adjust the leverage. Perfect. That's what I want. Okay? So now, when I put $1,000 in here, it's actually $1,000 in the trade. When I come up here, I can choose isolated, which means I can only lose what's in the trade, or I can do cross. Don't do cross. It uses your entire wallet to adjust your liquidation point so you don't get liquidated, but you could wipe out your whole wallet and get liquidated. Isolated means you only lose what's in the trade. Hit confirm. Now, oh, I missed this dump. How beautiful this was. So again, if I want to check direction now, the old days I had to have this set up, and you know what? Every time, I wasn't even logged into this BitMEX, and every time I refresh it or log in, I have to fix the whole thing. What a hassle that was. Now I'll just come here, and I'll go and look at the 6 hour. I look at the last two. So what do we got here? Strong. Uh-oh. This last one is getting weaker, and it has no wick. Oh, I'm not on the 6 hour. I knew it was moving too fast. All right. We don't look back here. We're not archaeologists. Here. We have our first good red candle down. Let's look at the 1 hour together. Now, the 6 hour is the ocean. The 1 hour are the waves. Okay. Strong. We had a nice war formation. Those of you who are in my free Discord know what that means. But we only really look at the end. You know, we had one candle here and another deep dive red candle here. So the direction at the moment is short. Now, we jump right down to the 3 minute. Are we at the bottom of this dump or at the top of it? Bigger the candle, bigger the move. Smaller the candle, weaker the move. You all following me? Easy. So, the calm aspect of it is great. Now, if you come here to the leverage, See, I don't like, they should make both leverages here, and you have to adjust each one separately. If you want to be short at a different leverage, you have to adjust it. They should put it all on one like Bitunex does. Up here you can have long and short. There's a lever, and they both move together. Now check this out, okay? You can either click whatever leverage you want, right? We like to do 75x or 76x, or you can manually put in your leverage, okay? Like that. Cancel. Now I put a small trade in down here. Let me just show you, okay? They're working on these things. Look at this. They put one for me. They told me they were going to make one for me, the Oracle, right? They're making all this down here bigger and more concise. Here is your Bitunex pencil, the same thing. If you wanted to add to your trade, you could do it in percentages of your wallet and see what happens. Let me zoom, everyone. This is great. I love the calm, serene feeling that I get here on Blofin. Now, here's your liquidation price, $72,000, right? If I wanted to put $500 more, my liquidation changes to 74,622, or I could do it by percentage. That's kind of cool. Once again, let me show you. So, if I have a long in, right, and my liquidation is 75,195. Okay, right now we're at 75,924. If I put $1,000 here, my liquidation now, it has to break. We're at almost 76, 75,9. It would have to break 75,000 and go all the way down to 75,825, 835. Now, if I wanted to put 2,000 here, it goes down to 476 before it be liquidated. So this is how you protect yourself from liquidation. I love that I won't have to do this anymore. I won't even have to log in to BitMEX. You know, I used this for years because I got used to it, but it was such a hassle every time I opened my browser to go ahead and do this. And on Tuna, I like Bitunex, but on Tuna, it's not as clear. The clarity here is beautiful. So again, the 6 hour, we only look at the last two. We are red. The 1 hour, and I have it a little bit zoomed so you can see at home, is red. Maybe there's a tiny tail there. And on the 3 minute, here's your little pump incoming. One of the biggest things with leverage trading is feeling like it's moving so fast that you're ripping your hair out. Every exchange is a little bit different, okay? To feel calm, I've always taught people this. It's the only way you're going to beat leverage trading, especially with high leverage. Now, when you combine isolated and like 74x, and then that pencil that I showed you, where you can actually increase the distance between you and liquidation, you are golden. I'm super picky about exchanges that I recommend that you try, okay? And I've looked at this, and I've made every suggestion to them, and they were so open and willing, and the instant withdrawals are great. You know what? You have a couple big wins. You want to hear it hit your Exodus wallet, and everyone get an Exodus wallet. If you're not in my Discord, get in, okay? We can answer questions, and you can trade over my shoulder in real time. All of this is right under the video. You got to click show more. If you're on your phone, it's right near the title. It says more. Click show more. There's the thumbs up button that everybody begs you to suck on. I got something for you. Okay? If you click the like, you're going to see something new called hype. You could hype my video. I don't know what it does. Tell me if you get a tingle when you do it. Tell me if you get a tingle in your balls when you do it. This is Blofin, where wells are made. Check this out already, okay? I'm up $600. It's really hard to see. Oh, look, they're going to make this Oracle thing. They should make these on separate pages. They made all these different ones. So I'm up $600 right now. $700 in real time here on Blofin. $800. Now I'm going to show you something, 17%. I made them add a floating wallet. They didn't have this before. Hold on. There you go. Floating wallet. This way you could see when you break even. 17%. It's almost time for that 10 a.m. rush. Now, I'm going to show you something wild. Let me zoom out. I did this so you could see $800, 17%. I want to let it run a little bit. You know, I'm going to take this $800 and I'm going to show you something wild where it's 16%, 17%. Hold on. Let me tell you how much before I share something with you. How much that I've gone into this. Look at the sheer amount of emails back and forth. I made them private videos, everything. What to fix. BYDFi sucks, whatever that is. Okay, no Tina. Goodbye. But this has gone on and on. Look, 30-second video suggestion. Okay? All right? Important parts, everything. I made them fix everything. $953. Let's check the floating wallet. When I started, they didn't even have a floating wallet. The break-evens are super amazing. Hold on. I want to almost flash close this. Hold on. Yeah, let's close this. Close all. $866. Boom. Epic. And you could see here, we pocketed on that small win because I started with $12,000 my deposit. Okay. I've been cleaning them out. My deposit was $12,000. Now we got $12,547. We exited perfectly, nice and smooth. I really like this exchange. Now, there's other things up here like copy trading. I don't do any of that. Okay. Spot is the easiest thing to remember about Spot is, and I'll talk more about Launchpad and things like that. I don't like trading bots, but the conversion feature. If you deposit anything other than USDT, you can convert it right here. Okay. Boom. Max and convert it to USDT. So you put in here USDT. I would never send, let's say you had BNB and you wanted to convert it to USDT, do it like that. I would never send directly from like Robinhood or a place like that to the exchange. Always use your Exodus wallet as your middleman. It gives you more control. Now, I always use a VPN for security. They don't require one, okay? But I like to use one. I set it to Ireland and I leave it there. I don't have a link for one. I do have a link to be one of the first people to join me, okay? Where whales are made at Blofin, right under the video. That will entitle you to all kinds of bonuses and everything else. And if you have problems, okay, we have an insider. We got a guy on the inside, a brand development manager, okay, that will help us beyond customer service. So I like that. We got good support. Now the break-evens are so low. 9% at 74x and 10% at 86x. So that's what your break-even is. And they're going to come up with a break-even light for us. I just go to USDTM futures all the time. I see what this is, what they're offering, okay, and I'm waiting to reload my trade. Everything is simple, it's clean, it's very rare I bring you a new exchange. Margex says right on the front they don't want U.S. citizens. There's a box. Here, there's everyone's welcome. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to go below the whole number, and then I'm going to run along again. Maybe Michael Saylor will buy, but I'm making this video on a Sunday. I don't know when I'm going to launch it. But I like this. It's a karma way to trade crypto. The fact that they even thought about that by not putting a 1 minute chart there, it's not a disadvantage. It's an advantage in focus. And every exchange is a little bit different. You might feel more comfortable on this exchange than one of the others. Okay? And, you know, they come to me all the time. And I have a lot of demands. When they first came to me with this, it didn't have a floating wallet. It didn't have anything. It wasn't ready. Finally, something that's ready for us, with people that are willing to listen to us. A fair exchange that's simple and calm, where we have all the control. The link is right below. Click show more. Be one of the first to join me in Blofin. I've been trading on it for a while. Remember what I said? I always leave room for slippage, but at 86x, let's talk about 74x, the most common. 9%, okay? So you got to leave some room for slippage and everything. But they told me a break even at 74x is 9%. So if you close at 15 or 16%, you're going to be in profit. It's much easier to get 15 or 16% than it is to get 60, 70, or 80, although we do it. This works the exact same way as tuna, and they have so much stuff here. Now, I'm going to show you something, right? They have everything listed, but they have a new section. I always do USDTM. I don't do USDM. I don't do CoinM. They have, so this is under what's new. TradeFi is tokenization of stocks. Taiwan Semiconductor. Okay, and this is basically open when the stock market is open, this part. SNDK, I'm sure you heard of them. Micron, okay, natural gas, Google, Nvidia, Meta, all with leverage. Oil, PayPal, everything is here. Copper, the SPY, the Q, the entire index. You can go long or short the index, the entire NASDAQ, or the S&P 500. Palantir, Coinbase, Circle, MicroStrategy, Amazon, they'll have earnings coming up. Earnings are going to be massive. Okay? Then there's all these different sections. There's AI, everything under AI. So you altcoin fanatics, have at it. Okay, so let's see if we can sort by percentage winners. Yeah, you can, just like tuna. So here we are on BTC. Now let me show you. If you come here, you're gonna have your assets, right? Now here, it's funny. Do you know that there was no deposit button here? I made them add a deposit button. Yeah, I sent them videos. I was like, there's gotta be a deposit button right here. Funding, okay? That's where you're gonna transfer to. That's when you deposit something and you transfer it here to USDTM futures. Just go to the Bitcoin one. It offers everything, right? And then if we come back here, so futures is your wallet. Copy trading, I don't do. Earn, I don't do. Okay, account analysis, history, order center, audits. This is like, you know, they really put a lot of effort into this, and it's just such a calm exchange. It's just, there's something about it that just gives you a piece of not rushed, that everything is cool, everything is okay. I'm running at 74x here. Okay, I'm making this video on a Sunday morning at 10 a.m. I just wanted to give you a walkthrough because this blew me away. At 74x, you only need 9% to break even. That's over fees and stuff. Don't forget there's some slippage when you hit a market. But at 86x, you only need 10%. I always tell you target for a kill box of 20 to 30%. So to me, this is an exciting new way to leverage trade crypto. There is a link right under this video. It will take you 30 seconds to sign up. I don't download apps and I don't trade on my phone. If you do, that's up to you. If you want a KYC, you can have much larger withdrawal limits. But this is open to everyone everywhere. And sometimes it's good just to have a second choice, a backup plan. And it's always nice to try something shiny and new. In any case, the links are below. You have a great day.